This is about something called Laws of Living. It also was known as Emotional Maturity Instruction. This happened in 1967 in Albany, Georgia. So it was talking about this course that was created that was brought into the prison systems based on this text, Ancient Aramaic Teachings of Yeshua. Okay? It says the Foundation's first formal course, EMI, Emotional Maturity Instruction, was prepared in late 67 using the words of Yeshua to heal the ailing minds of hardcore felons at Georgia's maximum security prison. This was done at the request of Judge Asa D. Kelly. You can write that name down, Asa, A-S-A-D, letter, Kelly, K-E-L-L-E-Y, Jr. And if you go on Google, you'll find interviews with him on YouTube. Seeking to reduce the rate of return of criminals to prison. Oh, actual rehabilitation? Judge Kelly, then Director of Corrections for the state of Georgia, was a true disciple of Yeshua. Psychological tests, the MIP, both before and after instruction, were used to assess the impact of word meanings rendered from the Aramaic. I'm going to kind of move forward here. Since 67, almost 10,000 students took the course prepared by the Foundation, which set forth the tools. Psychological tests indicated an expected 37% return to prison was expected after the first year of the course. So they expected 37% of the people who took the course to come back within a year to prison. The actual rate proved to be only 10%, not after 1 year, but 5 years, in relation to the normal return rate of 96% without the course. So normally 96% came back. And it actually dropped it not to the 37% they expected, but to 10. So I don't want to be cynical here, but what happened next? They took it away. Unfortunately, the course was quickly removed by the prison system by the state's political authorities when the obvious success of the program became apparent, the separation of church and state. You don't hear that phrase too much lately, do you? That separation of church and state phrase. It was cited as the reason, but it begs the question, had the course not been so successful and the prison officials' jobs not been threatened, as the success of the program certainly did, would it have been removed? As the result of the program being dropped, Director Kelly resigned when forced to return to feudal and antiquated procedures after finding a healing modality that actually worked to rehabilitate the criminal mind. So, right before we dive into these Beatitudes, I want to just say one thing. More prison cells were built in the year 2001 than the entire history in the United States, than the entire history of the United States of America up to that point. I don't mean any other year. I mean the entire history of our country. There was more prison cells built in the 12-month period of 2001 than the entire history of our country up to that point. Does anybody know what happened in 2001? Well, it was the privatization of the prison system in the United States. So it became a for-profit system. Meaning, what's that? Became for-profit, which means that it's now they are privately owned, and now people can make money on it. So where do you want the prisoners to be? In the prison.